If you could make people understand one thing about engraving, what would it be?
Well, and some will never get it. Some people love the shit out of black licorice. Me, I couldn't. I could, if it were off the face of the earth, it wouldn't bother me. And some people are like that with engraving too. What I'd like them to feel is how I do when I'm at my best and I'm on a real good piece. If they can feel a bit of that. My story. I don't know. There's all stories in all. Basically what had happened is I was living in a town, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. I went to the James V. Brown Library and came across this book, Steel Canvas. And I started flipping through it, and I remembered engraving from, I started out little hunting with my dad and stuff like that. But I thought how cool it would be to start incorporating that into pieces of my work, because no one was really doing it at that period of time, and the things that I was doing a little different, of course everybody started doing a little different. So we got on the internet and found out all I could about engraving, and there was a school out in Kansas and they actually produced tools. I got these gravers, and well, I scratched the shit out of a bunch of stuff. I guess you'd call that my first part of engraving. And, I just started putting it on everything. I was making dog tags, dog collars, jewelry, anything to test the water, just things like just little visual elements, just kind of cool stuff. Well, it became, not too long after that, having involved in arts, I really was into prints and stuff like that. So I started making these bigger and better things, and it got to a point where I wanted more. Figure out how to be top of the game, or the best that I could possibly be. And I knew I needed a little bit more help. And I was looking to go to a school in Brescia, Italy, called Bottega Giovanelli. He'd asked me if I was that serious about it, if I would want to consider coming up to try out for an apprenticeship spot here in northern Michigan. Ended up getting a place out here in Buckley on Wilson Road, and was still working in Traverse. Since then, I've been to Italy, been to meet the masters that I wanted to, got to closely observe them while they worked. What is engraving? What it is taking a harder material and cutting through and leaving an image on another. It's been around for a long time, and the last 500 years has just been a great period of it. Renaissance period in Italy. That's where these guys are just fantastic. Today it's become the words for real refined jewelry, decoration on jewelry that's been cut away from the metal, and that's what it is. The next one, absolutely. There's some that have definitely gotten a little bit of press, or some definite things, but it's almost like, when you're a musician, and I can't even equate it to that. It was all good in that piece. My favorite one is the next one. What's the next one going to be? What am I working on that particular time? And you dwell in the past and look what I did. I'm never gonna get to where I want to be. I always want to be the best one ahead of me. So you're perpetuating yourself over and over and further and further. Nature. A lot. There's nothing better. Only catching a glimpse of something, or some inner structure or something in the garden, the way a plant rolls out, the way light goes through it. If I can only capture a little bit of that's my inspiration. And then there's some stuff that's gets a little weird. That's not necessarily that. I just start thinking weird things, and that's be part of the process sometimes too. But true inspiration is just pretty much walking outside. Being a good father, without a doubt. Having a son I'm very proud of. As far as art goes, I don't know, because I kind of hit what I thought were goals that I couldn't achieve. Being in museum exhibits. I've recently been in my second one. I've been in a book. I thought that was going to be but things just keep growing, and almost like the last question of what's my favorite. It's like, what's next? Absolutely, positively. At least while I'm breathing. If you really want to go for it, and at the end of the day, just work hard. Realize why you want to do it. Realize why you're doing it. And if it's what you really want, well man, go for it. There's no one to tell you not to.